Hey folks, it's Maxie here and welcome to another TEW2020 video with Impact Wrestling. Join us for our second taping on the road to Victory Road and another show that gets us ticking along nice and steadily. One thing I've realised with this save is patience, really. You can have a great idea for a programme and it's kind of obviously drawn it out over an extended period of time because of the block bookings. And yeah, just having to just bide your time for TV deals to end and resources to build up financially. It's been a learning curve, but one I've certainly enjoyed and one that hopefully we can get there. I suppose we will eventually be like a mega massive company and we'll have every wrestler under the sun, but the journey there just takes a little bit of time. It's the same as Football Manager, except in Football Manager it takes about 30 seasons, depending which team you are. So we'll crack on with the latest episode. Let's see how it goes down. So of course we extend our taping at the centre stage at the Loft. And we actually start the show with Mark Cardona, just talking about how it was great to face his long-time friend Brian Myers for the Impact World Championship. It was good to show that he's always ready. He's greeted by the dastardly evil team of Eric Young, Joe Doring and Ken Shamrock, Violent by Design. They basically run him down and just say, well, let's just end this fairy tale quickly. I quite like the look of that Impact World Championship, says Eric Young. They go for the 3-on-1 beatdown, but to save the day and have a few words of smack talk to them as well as Nzo and Big Caz. They basically say, not so brave when the numbers are level. He's always ready, we're ready. How about we do this in a 6-man tag for your main event? So a nice wee programme to set up the main event, intertwining with the storyline between Violent by Design and Nzo and Big Caz. And this starts with a 59 promo. Ken Shamrock didn't do well in this segment. Everyone else actually performed very well without a script, so that's good to see. Even Joe Doring improvising well, considering his mic skills may not be at quite the level of a Matt Cardona or an Eric Young. No natural talkers, and obviously we don't need to speak on Nzo because he's very natural at that. We started off with some knockouts action. It was about to have a decent reaction from the crowd, but terrible wrestling, and with Su Yung pick up the victory over Rachel Ellering in 8:20 with Yellow Fever. So a 34 here. Unfortunately both ladies didn't click, but I still feel a 34 is good considering that. And yeah, it's just really giving Su Yung some momentum here, and with Rachel, long term implications. Because she's backstage and it's a small like 2-minute package where it's Chris Hero coaching her and saying I could have done this right, could have done this wrong, you done this wrong. Not as condescending as he was with his previous matchup where he won, but obviously because of the relationship he endures with Rachel Ellering, he's a lot more complimentary to her, which was a 34. We had some tag team action as the Impact World Tag Champs were in action. In the Battle of the ex-WWE Stars, it was a good matchup that saw FTR defeat Heaven Rhino in 10:26 when Dax Harwood pinned Rhino with the Shatter Machine. A 59, it's obviously giving FTR good momentum. It's also worth remembering that FTR and all the other AEW stars are AEW stars in this, we just have them on handshake deals. So that being the case, they will benefit from the exposure that Dynamite gives them, and again, we'll benefit from that as well. The only way we may lose out on it is if they have a major loss at a pay-per-view, hence popularity decline, or if AEW get to the stage where they offer them an exclusive written contract. If it happens, we're screwed. Plain and simple, we are screwed. So we'll have to have a little bit of hesitancy, there's a cracked elbow there, when pushing these guys, but if they can help the company grow, it gives us a better chance to get resource, which allows us to be a bit more aggressive in negotiations. So 59 champs, solid as always. Then I have a promo with the Good Brothers, Carl Anderson, Doc Gallows, and they basically say, yeah, a bit of a beatdown they got from Shamrock, Doring and Eric Young, but rest assured, just like Nzo and Big Caz, they'll dust themselves down and they'll get their revenge. So a 43 here, this is more towards long term booking, and yeah, good promo from the Good Brothers. Had a decent matchup. Ace Austin defeats Tommy Dreamer in 12:14 with House of Cards. Actually, I'm really shocked at that. I thought I'd get a lot lower than a 52, so Ace with a ace performance. As I say, he got a 63, Dreamer with a 31. Obviously Tommy's just going to put people over, and Ace looks like $1 million. And after the matchup, Madman Fulton adds insult to injury by beating down Tommy Dreamer. Reason for this one, as you can imagine, is just getting the heat back on Madman Fulton. Obviously he's been kind of losing matches to allow people to get to the final boss in Ace Austin, so he just gets a bit of his heat back with the beatdown. We then have another hype package for our two Joshi talents, Dash Chizako and Maki Itoi, 11. So they're getting popped slowly but surely. That's what we love to see. We then had a matchup with the X Division champion, as it was a decent matchup. Leo Rush picks up the win over Sean Dean in 806 with Dragon's Call. A 47, simple, gaining momentum for Leo Rush and evaluating if Sean Dean is worth a permanent contract. I will say once we get to the next month, July, we'll probably bring people in for like a 3-month placement as well, so maybe have like 4 enhancements per month, but by the 3rd month we'll have obviously 12, because it's usually 3 months contracts I'm giving them, so they can always impress, or get opportunities to impress. A rematch with about the great wrestling and good heat is Darby Allin defeated Pentagon Jr in 11:22 with a coffin drop. Now this was a 58. There's long-term reasons for this one that we'll find out over the couple of weeks, but they level their matchups at 1-1. Obviously Penta won the last time, and the two AEW talents, and Pentagon really continues that rush of brutality he showed in the last couple of weeks. After the matchup, they keep beating each other up, they keep using weapons. It's really, really dangerous stuff, including coffin drops from up the stage and all sorts. It's a long-term storyline here. Well, I say long-term, it's going to last a month, but you'll see over the couple of weeks where I'm going. So obviously you've had the issues with Sami Callihan, you've had the issues with Phoenix and Pentagon, now Darby Allin. What's this going to lead to? I'll give you a hint. Think historical TNA. I'll leave you with that thought. Next up, we had a number 1 contenders fatal 4-way elimination match in the knockouts division. Felt like giving opportunities out, and we had a decent matchup that saw Tenille get the shock victory over Jordan Grace, the former champion Donna Purrazzo, and Jessica Havoc in an elimination match. It was meant to be the other way around. It was meant to be Donna went last, but anyway, Donna goes, then Jessica, then Jordan Grace, and Tenille is your new number 1 contender. Fresh face in the title scene. Obviously it's the other heel we've got going, with Diona being the main one alongside Kimberly. And the 50 rating leads us into the confrontation between the champion Thunder Rosa and the new number 1 contender Tenille Dashwood, 42. This leads us to our main event for the evening, and it was about had good heat and decent wrestling as Matt Cardona, Nzo and Caz defeat Ken Shamrock and Violent by Design in 14-17 when Matt Cardona pinned Eric Young with the Rough Rider. So keeping him unbeaten, the champ defeats Eric Young, a 52 overall, and just a wee bit lacking there from Ken Shamrock and Nzo. Well, Big Caz as well, only 42 as he was off his game. But we finished this show with 33 regions, so we don't get it in the home region, but the rest improve. So not quite enough to justify the move in production, which I'll need to check after this episode if I can do between shows, but I think we'll just keep it as it is. And yeah, it just means we maybe should have used something else in the main event. FTR basically. But still delighted with it, giving opportunities out and progressing a few programs along the way. So 2 more episodes to go before the event, and hopefully you'll join us for them over the course of the next week. So thanks for watching, good day and good night as Kenny would say. See you soon. Bye bye.